Before I decided I was going to do my Wed-and-esque project for Foundations Revealed this year, I had decided I was going to be making a Bird of Paradise themed corset. That is nearly finished, and I thought that I would sort of go through, because it is a form of embellishment, which is one of the themes, what I'm doing with the laces. I couldn't find a shade of yellow I really liked, which was sort of appropriate to dye these. They're just the neutral or natural laces which you can get from Vena Carver. This corset's going to be fan laced, so you can see there are quite a lot. There's about 15 metres I think I got. And it's for an underbust, so that is quite a lot. One of my interests when I was younger was herbal healing, so for example, rather than using painkillers, I will use like a willow bark tea. And one of the things I knew quite a lot about was how to dye things using herbs. So if you read Foundations Revealed or have young children, or just remember from when you were younger, a lot of people dye things using tea bags or coffee to make it look a bit more aged. Well, what I'm doing is using turmeric, which is a herb which looks a little bit like paprika. It's like that, kind of a similar colour to the lid there, which will dye what I'm working on yellow. If you've ever used Dylon or any of the sort of shop-bought dyes, you do still need to add salt so that it fixes it. So what I've done already, I've added the turmeric to a pan, and now I'm just going to add some salt as well. You need quite a lot. There we go. This is a bit haphazard. I'm going from personal experience, and then if it doesn't work out the way I was planning, I can just rinse it out or dye with a Dylon and just make do with the yellow they do have. Next I need to add some water. Now for this is the bit that I may get wrong, because I don't want to add too much so that it waters it down, but then I don't want to have not enough so that it ends up like drying out before it's soaked through the laces. Also, because there is such long laces, I sort of want to... I'm actually going to use a whisk instead, I think. So I think it's going to be a lot easier to do to break up that powder. Basically, I really want everything to have mixed in as well as possible. So I'm just left with like a bright orange water, which is quite disgusting. And after that I'm going to turn the heat on and put the laces in. Sorry about the noise, it probably sounds really horrible on camera. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add the laces to this and make sure they're coated, but if there's not enough water I'll add a little bit more. So, again, I'm going to make sure they're sort of dipped in. I think I am going to add a bit more water to that, but not too much. It looks a little bit watered down now, but after a couple of hours of being on the heat, then that will boil down, the same with if you're making rice or something, so I'm just going to make sure they're all covered to start with. Turmeric smells quite nice as well, which is partly why I've chosen to use that rather than a different herb. I could have used like paprika. The other one I had in mind was saffron, but as my partner reminded me, that's quite expensive, so I'm trying with the turmeric first. If it's the right time of year, you can also use crocuses, the flowers, the yellow ones, or as it is the right time of year for this at the moment, if you have any daffodils and once the flowers have started to die, use those because they make a really nice yellow. So what I'm going to do now is turn the heat on and leave that to sort of heat up for a bit. Probably going to leave this one overnight. Obviously I won't leave the heat on overnight, but just for the colour to really soak in and give it a really rich colour. So at the moment you can see there's like a powder coating that. I don't know if you can, if I take the... It looks like spaghetti really, doesn't it? But it's kind of got like a powder of the orange, but I can already see that underneath it's already like a pale yellow. So as soon as that's done, I'll rinse them out and then show you how it turned out.